let's see if this works now. Hi, Bing. 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 Oh my god. I don't even know if it's in focus. Is it even in focus? Okay, so my cat is not supposed to be in the shot right now. Bing, let me film. Oh my god. Okay, so here are my 10 tips for new real estate agents. Now, disclaimer, am I some crazy, amazing, high-producing realtor? No, I'm not. I actually came from the lending side if you guys want to check out my last video. However, these are more interpersonal skills that I see helping others when it comes to navigating the waters of real estate, okay? Mainly because I think in all of my years of working in real estate, probably since 2015, especially on the loan processing side and seeing how people tend to communicate in those situations, a lot of people can jump to being very rude, abrasive, callous, very almost like just give me what I want. I don't really care what you're doing. I need it now. That's real estate. You get so much more out of your relationships with these people and the networking that you'll inevitably do. You'll most likely run into them again, whoever it is in the transaction. The ideal situation is you actually, trying to become not their friend, but just like a better work acquaintance. It doesn't have to be animosity. It doesn't have to be difficult. So these are my tips for that. I would say one of the first things, and some might call it bribery, I don't. I like to think of it as cheering people up or hopefully, getting a better response from them, because it shows I made a gesture. So for example, I brought caramel covered popcorn over to the tenants of a unit that I'm an escrow on. So my buyer, got his offer accepted, got the house, and we went there for a home inspection, and then we actually came back because the furnace wasn't operating correctly. So we had a HVAC guy come in. And obviously I know how inconvenient this can be for tenants. I've been in that position before where the condo that I was, staying in was getting sold. And so obviously there's people coming in, checking in, home inspectors, etc. What you can do to actually have tenants who are more cooperative, give them things. Like honestly, and the caramel corn that I dropped off was not necessarily to impress anyone. No one was even there. Like they actually left the space empty for us. But I left it there for them because I know what it's like to be in their shoes. And I think that's one of the biggest things is that if you can learn how to put yourself in someone else's position really mentally and think, okay, what are their struggles? What are their challenges? What are they facing? What would make them feel a little bit better in a situation like this? And what can I do to basically make things a little bit better for all of us? Little things like that go a long way. And even though, you don't owe them anything, it's actually just about trying to make things smoother for everybody involved. Secondly, I think that during the holidays, what is the best thing that you could possibly do, to show someone that you care, especially during this time with COVID? Writing cards. And so that's actually something I did around the holidays. Now keep in mind, this was not one of those throw your business card inside of a Christmas card and say, hey, if you're looking to buy or sell, let me know. No, so that's not what you want to do. You actually want to show compassion and show to the people that you care, whether they're past clients or potential or, just your friends. I think if anything, it was so great for me because I've actually gotten a lot of feedback from the cards that I wrote. I went and dug deep. I thought about, what was it about this person that helped me get to where I am today? Or, how were they supportive of me in a time of need? Thanking people for that is one of the best things that you can probably do. And just showing that you actually care. And it goes so much further than trying to ask for business from them. Because obviously if you show people the kind of person that you are deep down, you're more likely to get referrals that way, in my opinion. Oh yeah, so number 3, obviously in a market like this one, inventory is low. And that's actually something that we've been dealing with in San Diego. Oh my God, my battery's already dying. No. So writing letters to neighborhoods that you have clients that want to live in, right? And I was eating blueberries and I probably have all kinds of shit in my teeth right now. I'm such a good YouTuber. Not a lot of people are comfortable with selling their home right now. because that entails that more people are going to be coming into the household. And obviously if you're at risk for, if you're immunodeficient or just an elder, you're more likely to contract the coronavirus than the average person. So I understand the hesitation, I do. But for those who are ready and willing and want to sell, obviously the demand is there. So something that I would advise for new realtors who are having a hard time getting their offers accepted, and obviously how competitive it is on some of these homes, writing letters to the neighbors, letting them know of perhaps a recent sale or maybe a sale of a house that you didn't get the offer accepted on, and just letting them know, hey, like there was this many offers on it, because most likely the agent will tell you, hey, there was like 15 offers and we went with the highest one. A lot of the times they'll tell you or give you some feedback as they reject your offer, unfortunately. Use that for your advantage. So essentially you could just be like, hey, so there were 15 offers put in on this house. It went $25,000 over asking. It was on the market for 2 days and they only had one showing day or whatever. And then just let them know the situation and the circumstances that came around that home sale, and be like, I have very motivated buyers, very motivated, who are also willing, to basically just talk with you, try to figure out what we can come to terms with if you are willing to sell your home. You never know. They could just like crumple it up and throw it away, but it's you actually trying, as much as you can to help your buyers. If they want a specific neighborhood or just a general area, come with your statistics, come with your facts, and just basically, and obviously don't say it in a rude way like, hey, you want to sell? Like, it's going to be like, hey, obviously there was a sale at this address, here's what happened, this is what we're willing to do, and all you can do is hope for the best. But again, that's actually really looking out for your buyers. Checking in with people that you've obviously made the connection with before is important. It doesn't always have to be around the home. It doesn't have to be around whether they're going to be listing or whether they are actually going to be, ready to buy. A lot of the times people, especially in times like this where you don't get a lot of full-on conversations with, individuals, sometimes it's just nice to shoot them an email and be like, hey, it's been a while, how are you doing? When you're having these initial conversations with people, having little detailed notes about an individual shows them that you actually are listening. So they're going to be more likely to remember you rather than some random other agent that they might roll with, which can still happen, I will tell you that. But it does show your character and the fact that you actually care more deeply about them as individuals than just as a potential commission. Number 5, kill them with kindness. Okay, so I am going to re-emphasize the importance of understanding that this industry is very cyclical. And because it's cyclical, you're more likely to run into some of the same parties, whether it's title, escrow, the lender side, you most likely will come across them at some other point. So even if people are extremely rude to you or just like, where's this item? Just be like, oh, it's on the way. How's your day going? How are you doing? Really just try to connect to people, because if you actually show them just a little bit of interest, a lot of times people are like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. I have so many fires going on. My child is crying because I couldn't get daycare, and I'm trying to get all these documents together, and I'm working from home. It's like, you never know until you ask. And that's the thing, is that if you actually take the time, or if you have the time to hear someone out, that actually might make your working relationship that much better. It doesn't have to just be about your clients. It could be about the people or your partners throughout the real estate transaction. Just be as cognizant and aware of what other people are going through, and just try to, obviously adapt. So number 6, what you want to get into the habit of doing, instead of just posting memes, or instead of just posting selfies, or instead of just posting like random stuff you find on Instagram or whatever, you're gonna want to try to become a specialist in your field. It's extremely important. I really feel like I have something in my teeth right now. Watch me have like done this whole video and I have just like blueberry stuff all there. So do your best to post something daily to show that you're a specialist in your neighborhood, okay? So, obviously I'm homegrown in San Diego, and I do have the advantage of having met so many different people, living here my entire life. I think it's really, really great when you can throw statistics into, a selfie post. I think that's actually one of the best strategies that you can use, because most people do, as much as people talk about selfies and the vanity and everything that comes with it, if you can add on a little bit of text of info about the market, or about how, oh, did you guys know this is a myth about real estate? You don't need to have 20% down to buy a home. Boom, suddenly way more interesting and more informative content. You can throw it on your story, or if you want to do some more personalized stuff with a picture of yourself, as well as something from Keeping Current Matters, which is a very popular website that you'll see a lot of realtors using right now. And then additionally, it's very important to know what's happening within your own region. So for me, that's the San Diego Union Tribune. Having access to the business section and looking at the real estate stuff that they talk about, super, super cool to just link some of that information or create informational graphics from that. Obviously, that's something you can do in Canva. Home prices are projected to rise based off of the Union Tribune. I believe, I forgot what the percentage was, but around 8% this year. That's the anticipated growth. That's something that you can throw on a selfie. That's something you can throw on your story. That's something you can talk to your camera about and then post it. Getting in front of the camera and getting in front of the audience, having them associate you with knowledge of your neighborhood is so, so good. It's something that, again, shows that you're a specialist in what you do, and it's not just about the headshot photo. It's actually bringing valuable content and information to your audience. Share your experiences. Like I said, hopping on the camera and just flipping it around really quick. If you can throw a filter on it, throw a filter on it, but do whatever you can to try to address your audience and make it personable. Don't always just brag about your closings, okay? Talk about the challenges that go into closing a deal. It doesn't have to be specific, but talk to people. Let them know, like, I feel like I'm drowning right now. There's so much happening, and, I'm trying to balance it out. Because what does that do? It's not just whining. It's not just attention seeking. It's about actually showing this is all the work that actually goes into this. I know that there's a huge stereotype about realtors, and all we do is just like show property and turn the key and just, you need to actually explain, okay, so we ran into the issue with the home inspection, so I had to go find a general contractor, and then the general contractor had to find someone that specialized in the floors. And so basically, this is the kind of mold that we found under here, and this is what we're going to do to attack the problem. Show how you actually have problems and how you contribute to solving them. Show, your connections, your network. You can even shout out the general contractor. Link them up, because in the future, they might be able to refer you business as well. It also shows and it garners respect, honestly, because people want to know, like, oh, I didn't know being a realtor was that challenging. And, rather than just being like, oh, they're overpaid and all the commissions that they get are just too much, show people that you're earning it. Because a lot of people are too afraid to show that they're going through stuff, and I'm like the first person to be like, this is hard. I want you guys to know how hard this is, but I'm doing everything in my power to make it happen. That's a powerful story. I know a lot of agents don't like to be friends with other agents. They view them as competition. They view them as almost a waste of time. However, like I said earlier, you always end up running across people again in the industry. But also the most important thing to getting an offer accepted can come down to, do you guys work really well together? Have you shown, camaraderie, or have you shown, that you can actually communicate very effectively? Just throwing a friend request out there to one of these agents that you recently closed with, you might have to see them again. And who knows, if they have another listing and they know that you were professional throughout, they might accept you again based off of the fact that you didn't pose a lot of issues with them in the past. Just saying, having those relationships built helps, for you getting your name out there, as well as, if someone goes, oh yeah, I recently just closed with her, she was really fast, she was efficient, and she delivered on everything she said. That's one of the best rumors to have go around, in this industry. So you want to basically show others that yes, you're a professional, yes, you can do everything that you promise, and yes, you're personable and people want to be friends with you. You're going to want to support local businesses as much as you can. I did kind of touch on this earlier, but I just want to really nail it home, or drive it home. Nail it in. Anyways, so one of the best things you can do is showing that, I'm not telling you guys to be influencers. What I am telling you, though, is if there's a restaurant opening, somewhere down the street, support local. Show the community that not only do you care about selling the houses within the community, you care about the community as a whole. If that's just throwing up on your story, like, hey, there's this opening of this restaurant, the owners are doing a great happy hour during the middle of the day. That's cool. That's cool info that some people may or may not have already known, but it's great because you're showing that you pay attention and that you do care about the community and not just the houses that you sell or the commission that you make. So these are my tips for you guys. I don't even think that was 10. Was that 10? I think it was almost 10. But these are my tips for you guys, and hopefully this can help grow your business. Again, a lot of these are interpersonal skills that I think honestly can only improve your experiences while working in real estate. So let me know how it goes. Subscribe, like, and comment, you guys, and I will chat with you soon. Bye.